welcome again to day 2 of Breakfast from Roth. My name is Bob Babbitt. That is Rayner, who's actually doing the swim portion of the race after playing the accordion. He'll be out there on Sunday at the 30th anniversary of Challenge Roth. We are brought to you by Nitro and by Flapjack, and our next guest, one of our favorite people on the planet. He's been with us here with Rayner and our accordion player. He's been with us a couple times in Kona, where he's also done very, very well. He's our defending champion, Mr. Dirk Bockel from Luxembourg.
Thank you for the nice welcome. That's always so
Dirk,
nice.
always great to see you. And coming in as defending champion, and when you look back at everything you've done, from winning Ironman Regensburg and finishing in the top 10 a number of times in Kona, how did it rank for you winning this race?
I would think this is one of the most important wins that I had. Yeah. Probably the most emotional win that I ever had in my career in 25 years of doing that beautiful sport. There's so many emotions when I think back to when I crossed the finish line here. So many emotions on the run course. Can I hold on? And at the end, I was winning with such a big margin and so comfortably, and it all came together on that one day. This is the typical day that you as an athlete that you wait for all your life, and I got that last year, and now the mission is always just to repeat,
Well, and you look at the field this year. You've got a lot of guys who are. We were talking to Joe Gambles yesterday. He's like, "Hey, people, I'm sort of a dark horse. They're not really looking at me." And you've got a lot of guys you have to think about. Do you think about the other guys, or you just worry about yourself?
Well, I mean, it is a stunning field. It's amazing, but I also have to say, we have that in Hawaii also, so I'm used to race the best people in the world, and it doesn't add anything for me especially. Well, we have probably 10, 12 top athletes on the line.
Yes. And
most of them are able to do a podium,
right? And
half of them are able to win. So there's not one specific favorite. I mean, I'm the one who's getting chased this year, so which is a nice position to be in, but it doesn't add any stress to me. I'm relaxed as ever. I know I did my homework, and I know what I have to do on race day. But of course, I won't be running and riding in front by 12, 13 minutes this time. That's for sure.
Well, being the 30th anniversary, everybody is here. The field is stacked. So you look back, Dirk, growing up. Were you more of a swimmer growing up? What was your background?
Well, I started playing handball, which is a big sport in Germany. That was still when I was in Germany till 2000 something. And running was always one of my favorite sports, but I did multiple events. So I did the high jump, I threw javelin, I did all those kind of things. But I was the best in running.
Right.
Because my running coach, he was actually a triathlete. So he took me from the athletic practice. He said, "Come, why don't you come swim with us one time? And here's my old bike. Just ride your bike with us." And I did my first race, and I was as good as I was in athletics. And so I saw a future, and just after 1 year, I qualified for European Championships, became national team member, and that was in '92, many years ago, and I'm still going strong.
'92, wow!
I know.
Wow,
that's a long time
and
ago.
then '08, you make the Olympics.
That's right.
And get to go to Beijing, and
that was also fabulous.
And leading the race for like 30 minutes or something.
Yeah, that was good memories. Good memories. That was my last big ITU appearance, basically. And from there on, I really switched to long distance in 2009. Started with New Zealand Ironman, one of the classics I wanted to see right away. And yeah, the story goes.
Third place, first time out in an Ironman race.
It was a good start as well. I saw a future then from short distance changing to long distance. And now it's all about, racing the biggest races in the world. If you look at this season right now, I picked Melbourne, I picked Roth, I picked Hawaii.
So those would be the three major.
Those are the biggest long distance events, and of course, because I'm a challenge guy, I really love to race those races. I added 2 more races, which is Bahrain and Austrian Walchsee. So that's a it's a full calendar for me, even though it's not too many races, and so it's a good season. Yeah.
So going from when you finished third in New Zealand, I mean, even when you were an Olympic distance guy, did you always have the feeling that the longer distances are going to be better for you?
I did have some feeling about that. I think in 2000 I did a half Ironman race against Bevan Doherty, and we had a really fabulous time. And you know, we were 7 seconds apart. I was leading the entire day till the last 200 meters when he passed me. So we have a kind of a special relationship. Because last year in Kona, we both went home in the ambulance together. So we had our memories, you know, along the way. But I always raced some half Ironman races during my short distance career, and I always felt like I can be better than on short distance, and yeah, I guess I've proved it to be the right thing.
And you're the first person from Luxembourg to win an Ironman event.
That's true as well. Well, we don't have too many. We have around 300 athletes, or triathletes, and I'm starting to get a little bit more in the crowd now in Luxembourg, and you know, we're having a couple of events, you know, just showing the amateur athletes how to do it right.
Sure.
And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Triathlon is getting more and more popular, and you know, for a triathlete being athlete of the year in general, that's
exactly.
That's a
huge
big deal.
for the sport.
And so yeah, it's getting better.
Do you feel is that a role for you? Is that something that's important to you to grow the sport in your country?
Yeah, it's part of it. I mean, if you're the best athlete in the country, your job is also to help the sport, and not just the sport in general, but the sport that I'm in. And so I'm trying to help the youngsters to get better. I give a lot of advice and meeting people. It's very time consuming, but you know, if you have that passion, then you're gonna bring it over to the other guys as well.
Well, and at the end of the day, we all have a role to grow the sport.
Absolutely.
Right? Every all around the world. So you look at Kona, 7th in Kona, 4th in 2011. And then you go to the Leopard Trek cycling team, which was a great thing for the sport of triathlon at the time, because you were part of a cycling team, and cycling is up here in terms of that, especially in Europe, and triathlon is a little lower. How was that being part of that team?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. I mean, being the only triathlete in the world that is part of a Tour de France team, that's pretty amazing. And it turned out to be 2 good years. I had good results, and now I'm in a different team, in Team U Place BMC, and that is a real, compared to the other team, that's a real triathlon team now.
Right.
And before I was kind of an add-on to the cycling team, and now it's pure. It's all about triathletes, and those guys are triathletes themselves.
Right.
So they help us a lot, and there's nothing I have to do except doing a little bit of sport basically. But all the stuff all around is all taken care of, and that's a luxury to have. And you can see the results. I mean, it's amazing how many podiums, how many wins we have already. So that's really cool.
And things have changed as an athlete, because you've gone from being, as an athlete, nowadays you have to be a social media guy.
Absolutely.
You've got to be an agent.
Absolutely.
You got to be a travel agent. Obviously your wife is a huge help with all that. But how has it changed from you were back in '92, Olympics in 2008. The world has changed as a professional athlete. A lot more expectations in terms of what you have to do.
Yeah, I believe it's not just the result that counts for you as an athlete. It's about how you are as a person, and being that honest person all the time. You know, if you help other people, if you just do your sport and you pop up at the race and then you're there, and the rest of the time nobody knows what you're doing. And I believe you have to play your role all the time. Right. You're an athlete, you're a role model. You're gonna help people, and if you like doing it, it's not an obligation. Tweeting and saying what you do, and if there are no secrets, you can say everything. So that's a perfect thing to do. There's no secrets, and
you can make stuff up too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, cool. 7:52 here last year. I mean, that's unbelievable.
That's a lot of pain when I look back. It was a hell of a race. I mean, it was a lonely day out there for me. After the swim, I was out of transition by myself, and then never saw anyone again. And it won't happen this year. I guess we have a very strong swimming crew this time, and it will be fast from the gun, and there will be a few people, and not just 2, 3. I think we're going to be 6, 7, 8 guys off the front, and really battling it out till the last meters, and it will be a suffer festival for sure.
It's not often that we get to do an interview like really seriously 100 feet from where somebody might have had the best race of their life.
Right over there.
Right over there at that finish stadium. So coming around there with a big glass of beer waiting for you, and you're drowning. You're basically swimming in that. What was that feeling like? Because that's
the beer or the feeling.
The beer and
I didn't drink the beer because I'm gluten free. Okay,
see?
So no beers before the race.
Yes.
So we'll have some wheat beer after the race.
A wheat beer
that's
after
for sure.
the race.
But that feeling is something that I will never forget. I mean, that was so emotional. I was close to tears, and I could have ran through, and I could have been in that all-time ranking a little bit further up, but I didn't think about that at all.
No.
I mean, if you're 5th or 3rd or 7th, it doesn't really matter. But now for the books, it would have been cool. But for me at that point, it was more to just get back what I work for every day in my life, and those people cheering and talking and high-fiving. I saw my family on the side, and that was more important to me to stop and
savor the moment.
Still getting emotional thinking.
I love that. Well, hopefully if we have another moment like that, then Monday we'll share it again.
We'll do. I'm here.
Dirk Bockel has been our guest again. We are brought to you by Nitro and by Flapjacked. This is the 30th anniversary of Challenge Roth, and it wouldn't be Challenge Roth without Ryder bringing us home on the accordion. Thank you, Ryder.